Last Eidolons is a turn-based RPG where you and your heroes blast out into the lands of binary trying to take down, and I will conquer a turn-based RPG that is coming out here. Very soon it's a medieval XCOM without 99 failure rates. My job is to give you guys a review so you can decide if a game is worthwhile. As you guys know, I buy a copy of every single game, even if the developer gives me a code and give it away to somebody. In the comments or in the Patreon, leave a comment for your change to win. Let's do this. Aiden is a mercenary captain and a rebel commander. He teams up with some fellow mercenaries and takes the battle to the enemy, rising his arms up, green glow. The enemies hiring new armies, verifying new warriors and using a class system to upgrade peasants into magical violent monster destroying. By this, let's talk about the gameplay. First, the game starts out in a battle, opening you up into the game's gameplay systems. Right away, turn-based title has you moving through squares. To try to get close to an enemy, some of the squares can be hazards like fire or water gullet, which impact those who are inside them, attacking or defending. It stacks with attack special abilities and magical missiles slamming into all sorts of enemies. Each weapon does damage differently to the armor types, for instant success to different damage to leather-based armors or plate mail, which can keep you engaged, switching between weapons, magics, and then using the terrain against the enemies by lighting it on fire. In a hasty group up where you are safer strategically surrounded by your friends. It's not exactly detailed stuff at first, with each character leveling up as they battle and soon able to utilize a class system that gives them more abilities, the ability also to switch out weapon type as well as special actions that the new classes will be unlocking for your enemies can also change up. With the faith in normal fighters at first, then spreading out into monsters enemy, villains with insane special powers, and all men are creatures with armies sharing. As you heal yourself or are afraid or battling out around you, it makes everything feel just a little bit more realistic when it comes to the gameplay. Each one of the battles also has a number of turns that you need to beat it by, and if you don't, unfortunately it starts over. If you do, you get extra XP and things you have multiple difficulties, and I never really found it that hard to get through the battle by the time limit it does. Out quests as well main and evidence inside a main camp that you get once you start playing the game proper. I like the presentation of the camp as well. You walk around and get more information from the churches and you sort of see it grow out. Presentation wise, I was actually pleasantly surprised first. While the game does have a lot of splash screen discussions with each 3D model of an enemy or hero just chatting it up on screen, and make my mistake, that's dudes. Love to be on screen and some of the cutscenes take forever, it still did offer a feeling of presentation and polish I was not expecting the battle movements. The action are actually everything, slamming down a golden glowing arrow as a special or watching an arch of fire from a crow, the way being in some metal-headed fool in his face is well above the level I was expecting for this game, especially because I did not really know about the title until recently. So it was originally kickstarted the detail with the movements, the enemy, their spells and the weapons all are close up. All far away is very good. The game also runs very well and went a 4K Ultra with everything maxed. It was well above 19s with 3080 and the 1280 Ti, well above 16. Even heavy battle moments, especially with mod characters, celebrate new pipe. In a 7-foot spear into someone's heart, never really dropped any of the frames. The couple stutters when moving around larger location or later ones when the game shows more detailed environments, and by no stretch of the means would I say these environments are superly detailed if there is anything that I would notice in this, and I noticed it right away, is that some of the characters look a bit more generic than I expected. They looked good close up or in a battle, but they have a little bit of that. I just bought it from The Unreal Store then slightly altered yet feel to even up close of the detail on a lot of the churches. It's very good for this level of a game. Another things I was surprised as this sound, it's not bad. It's a bit generic, but there's a style of game that you're playing and the actual requirements of the fiction, though I was surprised that most the magic spells and weapon impacts. Very pretty nicely done music is also here. Now this is high fantasy exploitation delivered exactly as required, classical big arsenal sounds with high strung instrument satisfier. So I think it's a very cool project and I hope you play it. Goodbye.